And by the time I got there, they were like cold and gross, even if they weren't backpack corn dogs. But but they were backpack corn dogs.
I'd be fucking stolen valoring all of these people.
You fight it to the death, and you win, and that's what you do when you're a man.
I laugh before the guns go off. Okay, we've got 3 separate audio streams. Happy New Year!
Yeah,
I'm not
Happy
gonna
New
lie,
Year's,
I
boys.
clapped several times, so whoever is editing this one is going to have a great time.
It'll be several times
will be
more
me.
synchronized. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Happy 2021.
Yeah,
made it.
seriously, we're finally
All the
here.
world's problems are solved. COVID is over. It's good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything really like happening the same as before. I think that we've all learned our lesson. I think that everyone's changed for the better, and yeah, I think 2021 is really going to be different.
It's going to
I
be our
think-
year.
Speaking of that, though, speaking of 2021, a little corny, but do you guys have any resolutions?
There's a bunch of things I just got to stop dropping the ball on, so I'm going to keep working on all of that.
Okay, so picking up balls is Zane's. Danny, what's yours?
I'd like to quit my job,
Which?
Oh, yeah.
which my actual job, my like full-time job.
Your
Again,
adult
Danny,
job.
when we Google you, your podcast episode is like the first thing that comes up. So like,
I don't know
if you want to be too open. No, yeah, dude, it comes up before your Facebook, your Instagram, everything.
Ooh, that's bad.
Definitely before all your professional certifications.
Yeah, before your LinkedIn.
Oh, that's perfect. That's like
It's what the people know you for.
it's what the people. It's what you really want. That's what you want.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
worry, we titled it Lubinit Skirt, so nobody will know unless they know what they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or
we
if
don't
they
have
see
your
this
name
episode
featured
and
in
then go back and check.
it. No, I'm joking. It's not actually the first thing. You can be honest. In case you believed me.
Well, that's jokes on you because I believed you completely.
Ooh, you should never do that.
You should have worn your brown pants.
I'm not exactly a trustworthy guy, if you catch my drift.
I have thought about that, if we should have a disclaimer anywhere written or in the description or on our channel, or that we say before or after any episodes, like if it would be a smart thing to do any ass covering. But then again, it's just the internet. It's not like anybody can take that seriously.
Yeah, everything just kind of comes and goes. Nothing's forever. It's a very temporary medium.
We're not stressing you out, are we, Danny?
No, only a lot. Yeah.
So back to those watch lists you said you were on. You want to tell us more about those?
Yeah, I'm on a watch list for alcoholics because the only
Yeah.
information of me on the internet is me being blackout drunk on a podcast.
Oh yeah, that is how that episode went down.
It was, dude, it was so stupid. I like,
Listen to yourself?
yeah, I listened to myself and I'm like, am I an idiot? Am I like stupid?
No, just
Everyone's
inebriated.
stupid
We
when
took
they're drunk.
advantage of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on us. Like
Yeah,
we said, we're not
Technically,
trustworthy
you
fellas.
could say you didn't. Yeah, technically, you could say you didn't consent,
This was
and then
podcast.
we'd be in a whole lot of trouble.
When I did consent, I was consenting to something else.
Oh,
Yikes.
which was what? I was only
know.
consenting to a written interview, and then it
The
turned into a
implication.
podcast.
Suddenly they pulled these mics out, and I just didn't know what to do. Oh, is this bad? Are we trivializing things we shouldn't? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Danny,
It's
welcome
a
to the
sick
podcast.
analogy. Oh, look at this beautiful.
Thanks for joining
face.
us. So handsome.
What was I gonna say? Oh, what'd you guys do during like your time off at all?
Oh, I was playing a lot of VR because I had to pick up my computer on the way home, and so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna set this up and do this. I played through all of Half-Life Alyx, and that game blew my damn mind, dude. It's so fucking good.
It's.
Is
I
my mic not
recognized
loud
it
enough?
while
Do you
I
guys
was.
hear me fine?
I hear you. Okay. While I was
Okay,
playing that
sorry
game,
about-
I recognized that it is just perfect in every aspect. At least for what like they were
Seriously.
trying to do. Like I found really no flaws.
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
I
Not to
will
say it was
say-
the most fun I've ever had on any game, It was pretty damn great, but like the game itself, man, there's no holes to poke.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like at first I kind of took for granted how great it was because it was like pretty much the first thing I played on my setup. And afterwards, I think it just spoiled me because I was playing Boneworks afterwards, which is like really good, but just not quite as like intuitive and clean as I found like all of Half-Life Alyx to be. Like Boneworks has a little more jank. It's a little bit more.
So I read about that. And it's I think like the big issue we were facing is that the designers of Boneworks, which is like Node, like the people who like know like the YouTube channel, they intended the game to be played with your hand open.
Interesting.
So your baseline is supposed to be not holding the controller palm open.
It's weird.
Oh, that's an interesting philosophy to
That's
go into.
Especially with the Valve controllers, Steve, it's really hard to get used to the grip as button and not hold a controller because, you know, every video game you've ever played up until now, if you open your hand, you drop your controller. So
right.
There's a bit of like a training thing to break there, definitely.
Yeah, that was something I had to get over when I first started playing video games. Was like, oh, if I don't need to press any buttons, I don't need to hold this, and I would just drop it all the time. So now I have to unlearn that. That's crazy.
Danny.
But yeah, so I did a lot of that over this little break that we had.
Then I visited Steve over for one day, and he tried to kill me.
Did you
play VR?
In VR.
Yeah, that's mostly why he came over.
I was sitting there, and he's like getting this close away from my face, like swinging his controller. I have like a video of him like going up to like directly to my face, like this close, and just like slowly ding, pulling the trigger.
Oh, Danny,
Trying to
actually,
execute
you saved that video, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to send me that video, since I'm editing this one, I will insert it right here.
Don't kill me!
What?
Don't kill me!
Guys, wasn't that so funny?
Like we all just watched it ourselves.
Oh my god, yeah. Amazing.
That's good. We could work in some more slick editing stuff like that. I think it's time to take our game to the next level. We're more than a year into this, Steven. We're veterans.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of. We'll fix it in post. We'll
fix it in post.
Did you guys see the numbers for 2020 YouTube stuff? Like 160 channels hit 10 million subscribers during the year, and more than 4,500 hit 1 million subscribers.
Dude, and it's just such an honor to be one of them.
I know. To have hit 1.10 million subscribers, both of the milestones at once.
To hit one subscriber who is currently on the call.
To hit both 1 and then 10 subscribers ourselves. Really, that makes us 1 in a million if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, tenfold growth is not what you see in every channel. It's just the kind of numbers that a lot of people pray for, honestly.
Listen, it's a lot harder to go from 0 to 1 than it is from 1 to 10.
And we're at 11.
From both, so, yeah.
1 and 10. Again, best of both worlds.
I will say, going from 0 to 2 was incredibly easy when me and Zane subscribed before we had any videos or podcasts up.
Fans from day one, baby.
Yeah, 2 to 3 was tough. I'll say that. 2 to 3 took a minute.
I was 3.
How about that?
You were the first person we weren't embarrassed to tell about it.
Yeah, this is our patient 0.
What episode was that? Was that like 12? Were we 3 months in before we told anyone we were doing this? How long was this our dirty little secret? I'll be honest, I'm still pretty embarrassed about it. I tell people that I have a podcast after I tell them that I love feet pics.
So actually, I was playing Cards Against Humanity the other, like, on I think on New Year's. I was playing Cards Against Humanity, and like one of the white cards was a really shitty podcast. Yeah, I managed to win a black card by playing that one.
Nice. I don't know why
Thanks.
you would bring that up. That doesn't seem to have anything to do with
I know,
this
right?
But that's like
Talk about
Well,
Taylor.
no,
Taylor.
I mean,
That's a
like
pretty
the combination
funny
of
story.
it. So, like, the black card was blank is a cry for help.
Oh boy.
a really shitty pot. It is a cry for help. That's damn if that ain't the truth.
And by help, we mean sponsors. If you're looking to advertise on A Couple of Fellas, please reach out to either myself or Stephen Webb, acouple-of-fellas@gmail.com. That's correct. I gave out
Yeah.
the real email address.
Danny, if
Have
you're
you guys gotten
you're-
any
you-
emails?
Not from people. We haven't gotten any emails.
Automated
but
ones.
there are emails in the account.
There's a couple comments on the channel, too, if you look at all the videos.
Dude, there was one I responded to the other day. It was just, what was the deal with it? It was something to do with, like, the title of the episode was also the person's name or something, or had something to do with the person's name. And the person just commented on our video, like, oh, hey, I Googled myself and this came up. Not a compliment or anything, but, like, I was like, hey, man, thanks for coming by the channel.
Feel free to stick around, subscribe, like.
Yeah, really.
Steve, back to the resolution thing. Do you have any resolutions?
I mean, mostly just to get back to the gym. That's a pretty, like, generic, basic bitch one. But, like, as we get closer to the new year, like, the fall and winter is when, like, holidays start happening and shit. And, like, also I caught COVID and, like, I don't know. I
Should I put a
kept
mask on for
falling
this?
off the horse for a bunch of reasons. I think we discussed this a while back. But, yeah, you should. But yeah, and so like just because of that, I kept like falling out of a routine, and I'm just hoping now that from like pretty much January to April, I don't think I have anything on my calendar. So in that time, I'm trying to just like build a routine back up and get hot girl for the summer.
Get yoked.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to have me a hot girl summer 2021.
I don't know if that means you're trying to land a hot girl or become the hot girl.
Why not?
I mean,
B then
probably
A.
both.
Why not? Dude,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
2021. Why not both?
Yeah, hot girl summer isn't just about being or receiving.
It's
It
a
is
state of
about an
mind.
all-encom- Yeah, exactly. It's a lifestyle. It's a hot girl lifestyle. that
It's
I'm
not a
trying to
hobby.
live.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, I also want a sugar daddy, so I will catfish an older man.
I could imagine being like a hot girl being kind of stressful.
I would have to imagine it's stressful, dude.
I've been told.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, for different reasons than being not a hot girl, but, like, yeah, it definitely has to come along with its own struggles. It's like being a celebrity without any of the perks of fame. It's just, like, people looking at you all the time and shit. Like, yeah, I could
Yeah.
definitely see that being a problem.
Yeah.
That's
Unless,
why
like,
I had a
attention's
breast
your thing,
reduction.
man. Yeah. I was getting too many stares at the bar.
It's getting hard to do my
Oh.
bouncing job.
Yeah.
It's doing too much bouncing, if you will.
Absolutely. The sports bras were not cutting it.
Jesus Christ. One of you has a toothpick in their mouth and the other's drinking Monster. Is this my
Yeah,
A-team?
dude.
Are these
Yeah,
my
we're gonna
boys?
go beat up some high school kids later.
I love it when when a podcast comes together.
We're gonna go smoke cigarettes by the local 7-Eleven later.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Talk to high school girls in the back of my pickup. It's gonna
Dude,
be
that's the
dope.
best part about high school girls.
You don't want that soundbite out there. They do a lot of local charity work.
Yeah, exactly. They've got good heads on their shoulders.
I got your back, bud. No, Danny, stop, no! Speaking of which, if you did a shadow puppet with your new hairdo, it could really look like a head on your shoulders.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, baby.
That's a helmeted Avenger
Again-
if I've ever seen one.
Again, for all of our lovely fans at home, this is usually just an audio medium, but Danny is serving up looks right now. So you might want to hop over to YouTube if you want to see his emotive face and dynamic hairdo.
Hair stew.
hairstyle, hairdo. I got fucked up.
Dude, I'm
Every
sorry.
time I get out of the shower with wet hair, I don't know what's wrong with me and why I'm like this, but I am always inclined to like put on like a somewhat like grungy hairstyle, like one of these where like half my face.
You're
is
nailing it, dude.
Oh, like Violet from The Incredibles.
Nice, dude. I will say I got rabbit holed on YouTube and watched a history of emo video today. So I think you're doing a great
Do you
job
wanna give us-
appropriating culture.
Yeah, really, Danny.
I'm doing a great
You're not
job. I'm
wearing
doing a great
eyeliner,
job
you're
of
not
destroying my
emo.
depth perception.
Monocular vision, if you will. So, wait,
Oh,
Steve,
man.
could I pivot this for a second? I want to ask Danny about one of my more harebrained recent ideas from a podcast. I don't know if he's been listening or not, but Danny, did you happen to catch the recent episode where we talked about the personal stat counter?
No.
This is a hypothetical that I really love, and if you had a little tablet or, I don't give a shit, a hologram, put it in your hand like those weird hippies do with magnets now to pay. If you had a device where you could look up anything about yourself, more or less in the spirit that it has to be obscure and not particularly useful, what would you want to know? For example, I would love to know, and this is my default example, how many unique toilets I have shit in. I think that'd be cool. How many different countries have I shit in? Give me the number.
I mean, like,
What
I
would you
don't
wanna-
think
what would
it's
you wanna
something
know?
You could like track with like just like biology.
It's
No, this is like
hypothetical,
Black
you
Mirror
idiot!
shit, yeah.
Oh, it's hypothetical.
This is
Yeah, Black Mirror
magic!
shit.
Don't
That's a
spoil
good
my
question.
dream.
What would I want to know?
Right? Like, alright, what's my top speed ejaculate? Volume? How close are you to
Again-
having filled one whole Olympic-sized swimming pool with saliva so far?
Again, listeners at home, Danny is mostly responding with looks and not words.
Yeah, my bad.
all
I crossed
good.
wires in his brain. This is a heavy question. You have to go deep in your
Yeah,
soul to
that's
find the
true.
right answers here. If you put them end to end, how much beard hair have you grown lengthwise throughout your life?
I want to know what part of my life, like to a percentage, I have spent with an erection.
That's a great. That's a great
That is
answer.
a great one. Yeah, yeah.
Easy
wow.
35.
Well done, yeah.
Home run, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. That's the
Seriously,
bar
yeah.
now when we ask future guests.
If I had to like ballpark it, I would say like at least 5% of my life.
That seems really generous. I would guess closer to double digits. Well, you got to remember, it's bell curve, right? You're capturing all of puberty during this window. At 30, at 40, at 50, it'll go down over time.
Yeah, it's definitely
Unless you start getting on that Blue Chew, another one of our sponsors.
But that's what I'm
Big
saying.
facts.
That's the thing. I'm not 50. I'm almost 25.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
right now the number's going to be pretty high, I think.
To date, like even if it was 10%, you're averaging 2.4 hours of boner a day.
How much of that happens during sleep?
lot
I'm
of
counting
boner.
that.
Well, if like one
I
rep
feel like
cycle
you
is
can't
an
know.
hour and a half. Possible.
10% is optimistic, but possible.
Dude,
I definitely
what the
think
fuck
that
was I
they're...
doing getting boners as a little kid. I don't know. Like, I definitely was having them, but I don't know why. I didn't know what sex was.
I think no reason at the time.
I would also want
Yeah.
to know at what age I popped my first erection.
Ooh.
That shit can happen pre-puberty.
Oh, for
Sure,
sure.
I mean,
that
that's-
shit was happening to me when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because you had 8 inches.
Maybe earlier. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, those are good ones. I bet that there was at least a point in time that if you checked that percentage erection statistic, up until that point in your life, it would have been 10%. Like, if it was like age 16, 10 months, and 4 days, at that moment you hit 10%, and maybe it was all... Like, I bet that there was a point where we all hit 10%. From age 0 through, like, that year.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what
Before
you're saying. It
our
caught
early
up with
20s
us.
started decreasing the production.
Right, right.
I bet that we hit that.
I could see that.
All right.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a spike at some
Can you
point.
guys remember back to anything that maybe like now reflecting on, you're like, oh, that might have been like the earliest echoes of what horny would have been? For example, I was scrolling through Disney Plus the other day. Bear with me.
Oh, I'm bearing. You're on
Have
thin
you seen
ice,
the animated
mister.
movie Fantasia from like the 80s or 90s? I think it was like a whole bunch of
I
like
haven't-
kind of disparate skits almost.
Yeah, I had it on VHS when I was like really young, but I don't really
Yeah.
remember it.
So I think I saw that title, and I remembered that when I was a little kid, I really liked the scene in this movie that had like that one, I guess like woodland nymph or like forest spirit or something like that.
Googling.
Thank you. Pull that up, Jamie. And
Nymph.
I don't know why I liked it, but I remember that was my favorite skit in a movie I otherwise didn't really care for, or favorite vignette. And I think that might have been it. At like 9 or something, I was like, oh, I like her? But I didn't realize that until much later.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
who would have actually
Frozen
known
chat.
that my entire like anime experience, like when I was a kid, would evolve into like a crippling hentai addiction.
See, and I just threw up the pic in the chat. Let me know if this is the one you're talking about.
Oh, I got the full screen video capture on, so I have all three of us. Can you share your screen? Can you
Okay.
open that in a separate window and share it? You
That
got
is
this,
a
bud.
good
I believe in you.
question.
So yeah, Danny, while Steve's
Let's
doing that,
see.
anything you remember from like, I don't know, youth or pre-puberty where you were like, oh yeah, that's what was going on. Dig into your psyche.
I mean, I definitely had crushes on girls in like preschool.
Well, that was just your older sister you were telling me about.
Oh God. All right, share this.
Oh,
Is this
the watch
what
stream.
we're talking about?
It looks like it's popping. Watch stream. Yep, probably. I guess so. I think she gets like killed by a big fiery monster. It's sad, but you know.
Oh man.
All right, if you
All
stop
right.
sharing, we'll get back to the three of us and no
Gotcha.
matrix tunneling.
I'm pretty like happy to admit that like I haven't had that many like blatantly sexual experiences until I was like in puberty.
Okay.
I mean, I
What
definitely
does
didn't
blatantly
until later
sexual
in
mean?
real life, but
Dude, oh, I remember also when I was a little kid, if I was ever watching a show where there was a female villain and her power was that she could like make men fall in love with her, I was like, that definitely did. Like there was an episode of Thundercats where that was exactly the plot.
this
And
is
I
what I'm
remember seeing that and being
Thank
like,
you.
damn, she'd control me for sure. I'd definitely like fucking lose.
I fell for it. Yeah. Sure, like
Yeah,
a,
if I
a
wasn't a-
video game character when you were 11 or something. I don't know.
Oh, I mean Lola Bunny in Space Jam. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
I mean that's like
common one.
or like Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica
I was
Rabbit,
just
that's a
thinking
great
that.
one.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, she's
come
not
on.
naughty. They just drew her that way.
What were they thinking
I remember
putting that in like
being,
a
like,
cartoon?
10 What's up?
What were they thinking putting
What?
that character in a cartoon?
They were thinking, let's draw an incredibly sexy, cartoonish woman.
Let's sell a
They
shit
nailed
ton
it.
of
They nailed
movies.
Because she's married to Roger Rabbit, dude. I remember thinking when I was like 10 years old, I was like, wow, I'm so much hotter than Roger Rabbit. Like, she should be mine.
Thank you, Steve, for joining me. Come on, Danny. Talk
Yeah.
to us about all those times you fiended over Nala.
No, for me, when I was a kid, I used to watch.
Call me old fashioned.
I used to watch. There was one anime. Have you ever heard of Inuyasha?
Yes.
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of the night during some sleepovers and saw that on the TV.
Yeah, there was definitely one blue-haired character from there that was like, damn,
I'll pull it up.
this could be my wife.
Very nice.
Coincidentally,
I also-
she was also a waifu.
Was her name?
No, she was waifu material.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
okay.
Gotcha.
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
See,
Yeah, Sailor
we
Moon
all have
probably
our-
did something for me back in the day. Yeah, I mean, how could she not?
I will say, on the flip side,
The craziest thing about Sailor Moon is like when they would transform, they would be naked.
Oh, yeah, they'd just be, yeah.
They would just be naked women.
And this was like
What
a
show is
sweet
this?
children's show. Sailor Moon. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
You've seen it.
It's a
I've seen the
little indie
cosplay.
anime.
shout out to Huskies.
Dude, I tried getting into Sailor Moon like this year, and it's just not for me.
I tried getting into that one anime that's on Hulu that I laughed so hard I had to show you, where it's all monster girlfriends that he can't hook up with.
Oh, Monster Musume, yeah.
Monster Musume. I got 1.5 episodes in. It was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. This is just softcore hentai, basically.
I think, Danny.
I don't think I could like commit to like watching any sort of like anime that has like beasts, because I'm afraid at that point it's a slippery slope for me.
Oh, I started at the bottom of the slope, so it's cool. Monster Musume, Danny, check it out. It's really up your alley, I think. It's on Hulu.
And I think that's the problem, and I think that's exactly why I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah. Know thyself.
It's really up my alley. All right, no, that's fair. Well, on the flip side of weird, unnoticed childhood eroticisms, I didn't really have any celebrity crushes. I think the first time I really had a celebrity crush was maybe like 17 or 18, and it was Emma Stone in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie with Garfield.
Oh, I was definitely big into Victoria Justice.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Victoria Justice. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
For me, it was Britney Spears' sister.
Oh, Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah, Jamie. That's the one from Zoe 101.
Yeah, dude. That's where Victoria Justice is from, too.
Didn't Zoe get knocked up and they had to cut it off? Like the actress of Zoe?
I think towards, like, in the last season, they rarely had shots of her that were, like, showing her belly. I think they just avoided shots like that, and then they ended the show.
Also, I had from iCarly, the blonde chick. What's her name?
Sam.
Sam.
At least the character. Actually, that might have been a low-key one. You might have gotten me a little bit.
Jeanette McCurdy.
That tomboy shit worked.
Dude, Jeanette McCurdy was just on, like, a podcast with Jordan Peterson's daughter. Apparently, she's a huge Jordan Peterson fan. Who'd have thought?
So she's pretty cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, he has another book coming out in March.
Which is crazy and does seem kind of ironic at the moment.
Yeah, apparently, because apparently he was writing it while he was in this, like, Serbian rehab, like, mostly unconscious. It's gonna be something, dude. Like, did he really write it? I don't even know.
A whole fever dream.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's just the scrawlings of a madman.
It's gonna be the same report as the Israeli general talking about aliens.
If you write a book while in a Serbian rehab, are you a ghostwriter?
For yourself, you mean?
Yeah, because you're kind
if you make it back, no.
As long as you put your name on the book, no, you're not a ghostwriter. I don't think that's... Unless you're thinking, like, literally a writer who is a ghost.
My cheeks are hurting.
I still don't see that happening.
My cheeks are hurting. I'm only 27 minutes in.
Do you think that Serbian rehabs are full of ghosts, Danny?
I mean, like, I feel like if they were gonna be anywhere, if ghosts were gonna like show up anywhere, it would be there.
That's true.
Also, I gotta start heading out.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Well,
no worries, buddy. Glad to have you on.
All right.
Super
Bye-bye.
sad. Goodbye. Love you long time.
Yeah, plug whatever you want.
Don't look me up. Don't ruin my career.
Oh, fuck.
I'm a ghost.
He remembered to, like, he'll remember to send us his audio.
Well, text him afterwards. This will be an interesting one. Half we 3, half we 2.
Yeah, really.
So how you been? Welcome to VR. I see a little bit of
thank you.
A little bit of humidity in the room. Have you been playing?
No, I haven't totally set it up here yet. It's all, like, plugged in, but I got home super late and, like, had to do a shitload of unpacking when I got back to my apartment and stuff, so I didn't actually end up playing it.
All the Christmas loot?
Yeah, dude, all the Christmas loot, exactly. Got some good stuff, got some nice boots, got some nice clothes. My mom's immaculate taste came into play again.
Every time. She never fails.
Absolutely. She nails it, dude. She really does. It was also just super cool seeing my brother. Dude, I didn't think about this until after I had already driven my brother back to the city, but, like, we could have totally done like back-to-back episodes of you interviewing Carter and me interviewing my brother, and like just done that as like a little like 2-episode sequence.
Fuck, that would be brilliant. Right? We dropped that ball too. I got to pick up balls.
And now my brother's in New York, and your brother's
California,
protecting our nation or whatever. Yeah, in California.
He got back today, like 3 hours ago. He drove cross country by himself from Connecticut to California.
Wow.
In like 4 days. 3 days? Man. 4 days.
Oh, I remember his Snap story talking about how much Iowa sucked.
Yeah, actually, Molly showed me that too. If you're a Cornhusker and you want your blood to boil, go listen to him talk shit on Insta.
Yeah,
he hit Nebraska pretty hard too.
We do not support any anti-Iowa views.
Also, 2 things. He asked us what the name of he asked me what the name of our podcast was, so he might have spent some of his drive hanging out with us, the fellas.
Damn.
Which makes the following point even funnier in case he ever decides to follow up. Carter, I saw your Instagram story where you wonder aloud if there's any relation between corn and corn dogs. And your best guess was that they look similar.
They are both on a cob of sorts.
It's cornbread around the dog. I want to be the one to tell you. It's cornbread, brother.
And I will only.
It's always been cornbread.
It's never not been cornbread.
That was a gem. That was really great. Although, to be fair, he had that thought from a passing road sign that said something to the effect of, like, Nebraska, come get the best corn dog you can, or some shit like that. Oh, God.
Well, your claim to fame is fast food. That's
basically,
not a good sign.
It was a corn dog advertisement that made a claim about being Nebraskan.
Dude, that's so funny. And I wish Danny hadn't just logged off, because there was one time I remember, I think it was like during finals week or something, but a bunch of us were in the library, and then all of a sudden Danny just pulls up his backpack, pulls out a corn dog, and offers it to me. Like,
unwrapped?
Corn dog? Yeah, unwrapped, because I guess, and so as I asked him about where he had acquired this corn dog, I guess the dining hall just had corn dogs that day, and he just loaded handfuls of them, just naked, into his backpack, and was just going around like to people saying, "Corn dog, corn dog."
I love that kid so much.
And by the time I got there, they were like cold and gross, even if they weren't backpack corn dogs. But
you ate that corn dog.
Corn dogs. Yeah, I think I might have had one just to like keep the bit going. I don't think I
admire
was
your
hungry.
dedication.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not just gonna leave a fellow man hanging like that.
That's good of you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carter's there safe, and he got COVID while he was here.
Damn.
Of course. Just got my negative test results back today, thank gosh.
That's awesome.
Still scraping by.
God bless.
It's all that vitamin D.
Yeah,
got to take care of your immune system. If you're not a Roganite, how are you going to make it through this pandemic? Take your vitamins.
You could just be like me and face it head on like a man and just catch it. And
like a man? Steven, do you hear how problematic your language is right now?
It's only a problem if you're a fucking pussy weirdo, dude. Otherwise, you're like me. You go out, catch corona like a fucking pop fly, and then you fight it to the death, and you win. And that's what you do when you're a man.
I see someone's been binging Bro Science Life over the
break. No, dude, I've been binging Queen's Gambit. Great stuff.
Ooh, I'm 1 episode in. That's
it's
all
good
so
stuff.
far.
It's
good so far.
Yeah.
I did burn through a lot of stuff.
It makes me
lately.
want to get. It makes me want to like. I've always been interested in chess. I remember like watching it, thinking like,
I want to go to an orphanage.
Video games. Yeah, I want to be an orphan. Sorry, mom and dad. But
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. No, but like, I feel like if video games weren't a thing, I feel like I could get into chess. Just because like, and this happened also recently when I was playing poker with some friends, another game that I'm pretty bad at. Like, just glimpsing into the metagame of something like that, just like a little bit of like, you know, when you fold, when you hold, when you like reveal your cards, when you don't, all that kind of stuff, and like trying to gauge players around. And it's the same thing with chess, just trying to like stay a couple moves ahead. and I see it obviously like a lot in Smash and wrestling. Like every game has this metagame, and sometimes like when I watch baseball or basketball, it just eludes me. I'm like,
Yep.
I wait for the ball to go in the hoop. I wait for like a touchdown to be scored, but I'm not glimpsing metagame at all. But yeah, certain things, and I don't know. It's always so fascinating. But yeah, I don't see myself getting into chess like hardcore. Although it would be fun to play a few games, I guess.
Pick up a board. I'll smack your ass for a couple of fellas.
Yeah, I have a couple friends who play online and stuff. I don't know what like their ELOs are or anything, but like
I imagine
it could be a fun little hobby.
I imagine that goes similarly to Smash Bros, where you could be hot shit among your friends, and then the second you log on, just get bitch slapped with the board.
Yeah, I'm sure. Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Like that's basically like your
Doesn't
global
sound appealing.
Smash power and Ultimate is like that's basically your Smash ELO, I guess.
ELO is
Yeah,
ELUDING me right now.
Yeah. It's just like your score, like your rank in the global chess community, basically.
What that stand for?
I think the E is like some guy's name. I'll Google that.
The Enrique League Order. Perfect.
Oh no, never mind. No, not the Electric Light Orchestra. ELO rating system.
It could be the orchestra. Don't rule that out yet.
Oh, it is named after its creator, Arpad Elo. Oh, but people say ELO, but I guess it is just your ELO score.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Wait,
it's
his
named
name
after the guy who invented it.
is ELO is the name?
Yeah.
Well then. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Little fun fact. Just named after a guy.
Close that super bright window. It's all reflecting off of you.
really.
There you go. Now it's handsome. We can see the beard, the fresh dew, the shiny glasses.
Can't see my eyes, though, yeah. I still want my eyes obstructed.
You're shifty like that. Can't trust you, can't track you. What's he thinking? What's he focusing on?
Speaking of can't trust and can't track, we started playing D&D recently.
Oh my god, did we? I'm looking at the map right here.
Dude, I look forward to really disrupting everyone else's plans.
Why don't you introduce us to your character? Tell us a little bit about, what was it again?
Cashmere Mindfucker.
That's what I thought this says. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, he's a tiefling, which is basically like a little demon boy, and he controls people's minds, and he's very persuasive and deceptive, and can't take a hit to save his life, but yeah, he's a tricky little minx, basically.
The sexual tension is off the roof whenever he's around.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what he's fucking thinking or what he wants.
Or what he's thinking of fucking.
He'll get it, yeah.
Probably your mind, dude. You better watch out.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited to play D&D. It's already off to a great start. We spent half an hour trying to figure out how to go to sleep.
Don't forget, that's after we spent an hour and a half undoing the hour and a half of character creation we had all previously done.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'd like to thank our great DM, Brody, for all he's doing for us.
Still don't listen to this, but thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got some game knowledge, man. He's dropping combination rolls that I don't even understand. Like, I don't want to accidentally use a real-world race, but like Dragonborn, Nightshade, Clerical. I'm like, huh? Or
yeah.
Tiefling Dark Whisperward.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Peruvian Baklava Scratcher.
Like, the lore and the rules and like the strategies and everything go so deep, and like I don't think he said he's been playing for all that long, but he has such an like
over the last year maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
and he
dude.
knows
Everything is so
well.
deep.
Yeah,
I
I didn't know there were
pretty
that
high
many
volume.
races.
You're gonna have to nerf
like
my volume a little bit.
Oh, it's a little loud.
Just a tiny bit, it seems like. But
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of races, dude. A lot of them. It's hard to even pick an Uber race.
Yeah, I thought I could just kind of go in like with my base Skyrim knowledge and like deal with it, but no, not at all.
Skyrim is a pussy offshoot of what this game has in its depths.
Yeah, really.
What you pulling up, bud? You got a secret? You got a surprise?
Just a notification I had to close. It's all good. Oh, I do have a secret surprise for the next episode. A little
Oh,
game
I'm
we can
excited.
play, but yeah. The fans at home are gonna love it, hopefully.
You gonna tease us with it a little bit? What you got?
Yeah,
What's coming? Oh, please,
Do I want to give hints? I will say it's going to be a similar situation to the bracket episode. It isn't a bracket, but
it is Disney princesses and ranking them.
It is not Disney. It is not Disney. I will say that also.
But it is DC princesses and ranking them.
Yeah, it's DC princesses, exactly. I mean, there's Wonder Woman's kind of a princess.
Yup.
Starfire's a princess.
There's Wonder Woman 84. That's kind of a princess.
I heard that movie sucked.
I saw it on the day after Christmas with my dad and his family, and it was...
What'd y'all think?
In the environment of a bunch of them who were enjoying it a lot, it was fine, but as it has settled in, I think that my opinion's marinated, and I'm less impressed than when I saw it originally. I see many more issues with it. Oh my god.
Damn.
The most... Did you see the joke that the most unrealistic part about the movie was Gal Gadot caring about Middle Eastern children?
Oh, no. Oh, God. Dude, I didn't see the first Wonder Woman, and I didn't see...
That one's good.
Justice League.
That one's not as good.
And I've only seen really Gal Gadot on, like, SNL. Is she a good actress, would you say?
With only the Wonder Woman
or is she just really
titles
hot?
And that black and white coronavirus Imagine music video to pull from.
Yeah.
It's, she's definitely really hot.
Yeah, that'll get you far.
I like her accent. It's, yeah, no, I think she's a pretty good actress. She does well in the Wonder Woman role. I think the second movie had problems beyond anything she was doing.
Right, it wasn't a performance issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like to me what they were trying to do was go from like what Thor did to go to Ragnarok. It looked like they tried to do that.
Get
to
more
Wonder
playful
Woman.
and colorful and fun.
With color. Yeah, exactly. Injected with color and sounds and like music and all that kind of stuff.
There was definitely
a little bit of goofiness. But I also haven't seen either movie, so I'm basing that entirely off of trailers.
There was definitely some, but not to the degree that Ragnarok was. And that movie fucking slaps.
Oh, yeah. Ragnarok was like a fucking rainbow-colored space opera. It was dope.
I loved it. Oh, God, that movie is so much fun.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi got my vote forever with that. I'll watch what he does. That's one of few, like, directors I care about.
Right. Yeah, he's such like a little crazy eccentric man. I love it.
He voiced Korg, the guy who was trying to start a revolution, but not enough people showed up. He's trying to give out pamphlets.
And then he comes to Earth and just plays Fortnite.
Yeah. Also saw a meme about that, and it was even though the movie takes place in 2025, the reason he's playing on a PS4 is because the PlayStation 5s are still on back order.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, that was a good one. So what else has been up? Did you get to see any hometown friends, or were you all socially distant over the break?
I was socially distant for most of it until New Year's Eve, and then I like reached out because I originally had plans that fell through and whatever. But like, so I was just like, hey, what are y'all up to? They just were having like a little house party. But yeah, I mean, it was just like a great time. Seeing
Super
everyone.
spreader
Like,
event.
Weird. That's to be determined, I guess. I haven't heard of anybody getting tested, so fingers crossed it's a no. But
well, you're immune as heck, so
yeah, exactly. I'm as immune as our dearly beloved president. But yeah, that was good. But dude, for some reason, whenever I go home, I get like, I don't know, depressed isn't the right word, but just like I lose motivation to do like anything. And I think it's something to do with like how I'm just not autonomous at home. Like I don't really have anywhere to go. I don't buy my own groceries. I don't make my own food. Like I just kind of wake up.
Shit to do.
Yeah, I don't have responsibilities to like motivate me to just get off the couch, and then I'm like up, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Whatever. And so yeah, I felt like that. Usually that I get really antsy after like a day or two of that, but for some reason this break it just like hit even harder. And maybe that's partly because of COVID and all that, like how meeting up with people just is inherently a little bit weirder, even if it's like people you know and love and trust or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So up until like the end, I was kind of just chilling with my brother inside, and then eventually I was able to like get out and see everybody again and have a great time.
Did you guys play a crap ton of VR?
We definitely played some VR. I showed that mostly just Beat Saber is what I showed my friends from back home.
That's the best game.
And then we ended up just playing Project M until like midnight.
Perfect.
Yeah, good fucking times, dude.
Dude, it is 2021. First, it seems so recent that I was celebrating New Year for 2020 and like, holy shit, this year's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It went so quick and also was so atrocious and long. Jesus Christ, that year really is a one for the history books.
Yeah.
Like, well, even despite shit that
dude.
continues happening, it really did run like one flare-up of a massive problem after another. Basically end to end.
True. Yeah.
Like, remarkably.
Yeah.
It was January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We had like 3 different crises last year. Do you not remember that? Like... And then it was at the time looking forward memes like, holy shit, this year's insane. Look at every day so far. What could go next? And then it just kept going. Like, it just kept leveling up the whole fucking time. Pretty incredible. Really. Outstanding performance. Like, Rookie of the Year 2021.
This one's definitely one for the record books, yeah. As far as just shitty stuff happening on a grand scale. But, dude, personally, I kind of had, like, a decent 2020. I don't know. It wasn't so bad.
Mine was going pretty well until I ended up unemployed for 8 weeks. That part kind of sucked.
Right, yeah.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, they didn't expect it to go more than, a year, so restructuring and stuff.
Right. Dude, remember when they told us 2 weeks? Remember 2 weeks to flatten the curve?
I remember when I was excited because I got to try working from home.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Boy.
What a fool I was.
A fool indeed.
Have you seen Death to 2020?
Yeah, I watched that on your recommendation. Oh. Good stuff.
Worth the recommendation? Yeah. It was a pretty funny take on it. And yes, I know 2020 as anything to dwell on at all is pretty played out, but give it a watch if you haven't yet. It's a pretty funny take on it. A lot of original jokes, pretty quick, and I would say very, very good and down the middle. Like, everybody takes some shots. It's not like a propaganda fest either. It's kind of just a retrospective comedy look at what the fuck just happened.
Dude, honestly, some of the famous jokes were like the different and creative ways that they were calling Joe Biden old.
Oh my god. The husk of Joe Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
He looked like the conductor of a ghost train. The ticket collector on a ghost train.
That's it, the ticket collector on a ghost train. Yeah.
Kamala is poised to take over as president if Joe Biden dies and anybody notices. Yeah, they got him a good few times. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too soon to look back and laugh? Because I feel like you gotta... I was laughing kind of the whole way through. It was so ludicrous.
It's never too soon. I don't know.
I laugh before the guns go off.
Yeah, I think of terrible things happening and I laugh at them before they happen.
And then, of course, while they happen and after.
Yeah, of course. Well, then it's a lot of I told you soing because nothing's more satisfying.
Oh, God. Nostradamus, if he picked 2020, he'd have been really famous.
Yeah, he was off by what, like 8 years or something?
Was Nostradamus a 2012 guy, too? He had a bunch of predictions and a bunch of doomsday. He might have been on that boat.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it'll stick, I guess.
Would you like to go back and visit Ancient Mayan society for a week?
I'd really like to go back and visit ancient Greek and Roman society. Mayan?
That'd be pretty cool, too.
For a week.
These are week-long trips.
Yeah, if the opportunity arose, I would take it, because, like, why would you not? But
you'd also probably be revered as a god for the week that you're there.
Yeah.
Just standing like 13 inches taller than their super people.
The question is, would I then be miserable for a week? I don't know.
They don't have VR or Project M.
That's true. They do have
But if the road to El Dorado is anything to widely judge by, they might have that game where you kick a ball through a vertical hoop on a wall.
Oh, true. And they might. What happened in the end of that movie? Wasn't there some giant monster or some giant?
There was a big
robot or
stone
something?
jaguar that was animated. I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so they'll have that too. That's pretty neat.
Robot.
As long as we're
Bro,
going
that
by
was like
that
1200. What?
Ancient golem technology.
Oh.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, would you?
Yeah, opportunity
I
presenting
mean,
itself.
any opportunity to go back in time, like, yeah, I'll take that. Come on.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I
that'd be
mean?
pretty good. All right. So do you have like a top era or area or reason for Roman or Greek? Like if that's your top choice, ancient Civ, and you're going back for a week, is this a week during the height of Caesar's campaigns and you're going to be reading about it in the Capitol while he's out on, like, do you have a particular time right before the fall?
Yeah, assuming
when you could see the
I
Colosseum?
Assuming I could speak to the locals. Yeah, I feel like ancient Rome would be cooler, even though I'm like academically more interested in like ancient Greece. It just seems like more of this like pure human time, I guess. But I mean, the Jesus stuff, I'd want to see what all that's about. Figure out if he's just like a tricky magician or if he was like legit.
That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I'd definitely want to go there. Check out some of those like Roman orgies or whatever that's happening.
You know,
like,
just like in case we happen upon them, whatever. Like,
oh, I'd love to be a part of one of those like early Olympics. Like test my wrestling might in like old Olympics.
that's as good an answer as Danny's for the stat counter. That's the correct thing. You need to go back to ancient Greece and become the champion of the first Olympics.
Right.
That's
have myths written about me. Yeah.
That's probably the right answer for you, Stephen Webb.
That would be sick, dude.
Shit. What do I do? I guess that means I'm taking a trip back to Norway and going raiding.
I mean, you could also beat like Pythagoras to the punch and shit like that.
Dude, that brings me back to the whole, like, if you could go back in time and just stay there, the hypothetical we did a few episodes back. Oh, I love this. Yeah, like, I'd be fucking stolen valoring all of these people beforehand. Pop into the 1400s or whenever the fuck Newton was, 1600s. Yeah, that sounds better. 1600s and be like, by the way, that's gravity.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble, bitch.
Fucking read about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Had to be before Galileo, right?
The what? The moon?
No, Newton. Newton had to be before, right? You needed calculus to like do orbits, I would think.
Nope, geometry and trig.
I guess so.
Newton was way after.
Okay.
Oh wait, we've got the magic answer bot right here. I can tell you exactly. Newton, Sir Isaac, 1643, baby. And Galileo.
Oh, Galileo had to be earlier than that, yeah.
Oh, wow, he died the year before Newton was born.
Dude, that's like some
pretty
Avatar
good overlap.
shit. Yeah, when one avatar dies, the next is born.
I did watch the first 3 episodes of Korra the other day.
Oh, so you got into like the pro bending league?
Yeah, dude. It's
That's
pretty
a cool
dope.
concept.
I like that it's like almost a fast forward in time. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
a city,
definitely a good touch.
like weirdly a city.
With cars and shit. Yeah.
That fantasy series I've been reading, I was telling you about several times before. That's how the eras work. So I read the first trilogy of the Mistborn books, Era 1, and then Era 2 takes place 300 years later on the same planet. So technological and civilization progress and all that shit. And it's really weird because there's like the same, fantasy magic-y rules and shit, but also now they've kind of figured out electricity. It's like, whoa.
Oh, that's cool. One day the
pretty
technology
great, I'll be honest.
will outpace the magic. Maybe.
Exactly. That's like where you see the kind of collision of it starting to happen. And there will be in Era 3 where I guess they hit spacefaring level of tech, and that's just going to be sick.
Like, if I could shoot a fireball out of my hands, I'm still not going to win a fight against a guy with an AK-47, you know what I mean?
Probably not.
That, exactly.
You're going to need a way
I'll
to
beat anyone in a fist fight.
Fireize your AK bullets.
Yeah.
Got to combo it. Stack powers.
Yeah, I can't melt.
Shoot an
wood,
RPG
yeah.
and then fireball push it. I don't know.
Yeah, some powers would definitely.
You got to get
beat
creative. In
47s.
this particular world, I don't remember how much of this you remember, but actually I don't know how much you remember. That's a more sensical thought.
Sure.
It's the one where their whole magic system's kind of based on metals. So depending on whatever power you have, there's a set of 8, or you could have all of them. You can either like push metal, basically just that half of magnetism, or pull metal, or you can enhance your physical abilities with one of them. You can enhance your senses, etc. So it's really cool when you have people who can push off metal in the ground and launch themselves through the air. Now in a city with skyscrapers where they can like wall jump with pushes to the top of skyscrapers and shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what this guy, Brandon Sanderson, check out his works, honestly. If you've got some time for candy reading, great fun. He does a great job world building where there's like a well-defined set of rules for whatever this generally unique magic system is. And then he really takes it deep with how would that play out in the world, in society, in art, in fashion, in whatever. So it makes these really vibrant worlds, but also when you speed forward the technology, it's really sick when there's literally like automobiles and also people launching themselves through the air using those automobiles.
Yeah, I'm always so curious when writers build these like elaborate worlds and systems in their stories and stuff, like how much of that world building is done separately from actually writing the story? Or do you think he just kind of writes it and like intuits things and like that becomes the lore that like amasses into a world?
Some of that, but mostly the previous, I think. I've read so many of these works now, and like all of the postscripts on the short stories that fill out the borders of this series of worlds. But it sounds like most of this is stuff that he had originally, some of these ideas in like the late 90s throughout the early 2000s. Like these are ideas he's been developing, tying together, and filling out for a decade and a half, 2 decades. Like, I don't know how many post-it notes he's got, but it's got to look like a Charlie Day crime scene. It's it's incredible to track, and he also does so much fan interaction. Like there's tons of YouTube things. He does Reddit AMAs. He has all sorts of like feedback with his fans, and he'll answer questions that you ask or tell you to read and find out if it's going to be answered or is somewhere. Like it's fucking deep. It's incredible. Damn. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it's thank God he's a good writer too, because I feel like those are 2 very different skills, like writing a good narrative and building a good world. Like, and for one guy to have them both, that's pretty cool.
I think it's a unique overlap of those, and his writing skills honestly are great in the way that the series are structured also. Like the trilogies, each book reads as a fine standalone book. The first book in the first trilogy is great. If you read the whole trilogy, it's incredible. And there's like shit from the first novel that when you first read it as one book, you didn't even register, that comes back in like huge ways or is echoed in later.
Oh, damn.
Incredible tie together, especially because he's got multiple series that tie together within this broader world. And then if you read the whole second era, then it's, you know, a totally different cast of characters, but all of the history and the decisions and the major stuff of the first trilogy set the context for that. Like, it fits together on so many levels, within a book, within character arcs, within trilogy arcs, within multi-series. Like, it is so goddamn seamless. It's a remarkable piece of work.
Damn.
The Cosmere.
Hopefully they make it into a movie.
Cosmere. The Cosmere is like the whole broader universe. There's at least a couple of like role-playing games, but I think he's said he's in talks with screenplay adaptations for maybe TV,
awesome.
maybe movie. And
it sounds like it shouldn't be a movie.
Potentially anime
like
also.
Too much.
I agree.
Fuck yeah,
well,
dude. That sounds like a fucking anime.
That's the thing. Several of his different stories are like the magic systems are different on these worlds. Some of them would be great for an anime program. Mistborn in particular, I think would be great. Some of them would be great for like Game of Thrones-esque short season long episode heavy content. Like his main one, the Stormlight Archive, that series would be great in like a full-size TV show, live action. Yeah. But it spreads out. One of his books, or one of the series, is a graphic novel. So, like...
Oh, nice.
And this fits into the broader universe.
Wow.
So, there's some mixed media already. I'm hoping some of it comes to video games, anime, TV. It would be really cool to see this stuff broadly adapted.
Yeah, it's always cool when, like, franchises, like, grow that big. Like, that's basically what happened in Star Wars. Like, it started off as these, like, movies, and then it turned into books and TV shows and everything else. Pokemon's the same kind of way.
Just exploded.
Like, it's cool when you can just...
Oh.
Yeah, if you can just, like, think of, like, a good idea, and then it just expands into all areas of life. Basically.
Game of Thrones did that. This was like one niche author's project for his life, and then all of a sudden, TV, spin-off TV, toys, fucking everything of merchandise, like...
Yeah.
Oh, fan fiction.
I have shot glasses, yeah. Oh, man. Do you think anyone's ever going to write fan fiction about our podcast?
God, I can only hope.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's when you know you've made it.
Quick bit of strategy at the end. I think that we're going to have the hardest time trying to grow this if we don't start branching out, because our podcast effectively just sells personality, ours, which you're carrying the brunt of the weight and is not on its own a very commercially viable product if you don't have social rapport. Right. So, given that we are not a true crime podcast or comedians basically doing this to generate interest in our YouTube videos or, you know, skit writers or Twitch streamers, it's just our personalities. And I don't know that mine's strong enough to hold me up. So, we got to keep bringing people on. You got to keep being charming. And I think it's time that we start branching out into other versions of media.
Sound off in the comments. What do you guys want to see out of us?
It's time to Game of Thrones this shit. We need merch.
Yeah, we need a franchise.
Just thinking out loud. We can cut that, but Now you have VR. We got to mount up an HD camera. Stream us playing VR like idiots.
Hell yeah.
Or, not stream, sorry. I guess record and post. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we could do both. Who knows? Stream on Twitch.
If you've
got some Twitch clips, chop them into a video.
Some extra time soon, we could try and do a more video thing.
I mean, I don't know if
my eyebrows only go up so high.
If they went up a little higher, I would have been convinced. But at this point, you're just not selling it with your low-ass genetic fucked up.
It's always my physical failures.
Yeah, I need them to
Dude,
go into
my back,
your hairline
it hurt. Do you like this new flowery hat I got from the Marine?
Yeah, dude, that's a sweet hat.
I don't think I have enough swag to wear it, but, you know, figured I'd give it a try here. Sound off in the comments.
No, you're swagging. You're dripping. It's all good.
Oh, God, am I? I didn't think that was visible on camera. Well, folks.
You got that drip, boy.
I am dripping, so we're going to have to talk to you next time on A Couple of Fellas.
See you, y'all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.